Oh boy, song at number 5. No, number 8 rather on my fantasy playlist of up from 15, up from 15, up 7 from 15. Number 8 fantasy playlist, August 10th, 1985. How you doing, Mr. DJ? Continuing on. Indeed, a fantasy playlist. This song was not played on the pop stations. And I guess it wasn't played on the pop stations at the time because it was just too R&B, or in the parlance of the time, it was considered too black. But you listen to this record, take a listen to it. 30 years from now, this was a fantastic pop record. It was chocolate. It was chocolate. It was chocolate vanilla swirls. I mean, come on. It's just strange how people's prejudices just they filter out great records. And Lisa and Colt Jam with Full Force. Wonder If I Take You Home. Again, another Night Tracks discovery. Watching this video on Night Tracks. That was a good thing about Night Tracks in the mid 80s. They were not afraid to play these R&B records that the FM pop stations would not touch. And this song should have done a lot better on the pop charts. Should have done a lot better on Billboard's Hot 100. But I'll get into that in just a minute. Lisa Colt Jam with Full Force. Full Force, it was a Full Force. They were a R&B hip hop production group. They did singing and production, and Full Force. They worked with UTFO. Remember UTFO? And they worked with Jasmine Guy. Forgotten about Jasmine Guy, sort of an obscure R&B artist now, Force MDs, and they also had a song out with Samantha Fox. I believe it was I Want to Have Some Fun, something like that. That was later on in 1987. Lisa Colt Jam with Full Force. Some of the critics came down on this record, and one of the critics mentioned that Lisa sounded a little bit amateurish. And her voice was a little thin, but there was something engaging about that voice. You don't have to sound like Whitney Houston to have a charming voice. That just, as long as that song's got a hook on it, and that voice could carry the hook and lodge it in your head, well, there you go. I mean, that's what she did. Mission accomplished. Lisa Colt Jam with Full Force. And this was off the, I believe, Columbia Records. The album was called Lisa Colt Jam with Full Force, I believe was the name of their debut album. I Wonder If I Take You Home. That was one of their hits. Can You Feel the Beat? Yes. And there was All Cried Out. All Cried Out was their breakthrough American pop hit. And then came Lost in Emotion and Head to Toe in 1987 for Lisa. They finally broke through. This song did not do that well. And I'll go into the chart position again in just a minute. The story that I got on this record, and again, this is probably, it may be more of a legend, but there was a record producer named Kenny Beck, and he found the song. This record was recorded in 1984, by the way. And Kenny Beck, a record producer, he discovered the song. He found the song in a discard bin. It had been trashed. It was at Personal Records, but don't quote me on that. There's a citation thing on Wikipedia regarding that. But anyway, here's the deal. When he found this song and listened to it, Kenny Beck was so impressed. He put the song on a compilation breakdancing album. And through CBS Records, the album was shipped to Europe. And the club DJs picked up on I Wonder If I Take You Home. And then it spread over here to America. The American DJs started playing this record in nightclubs, just smoking up the dance floors, killing it. Went to #1 on dance. It went to number 12 in Britain on their pop charts. But here in America, again, I think it's because of the racial thing, only got as high as number 34 on Billboard's Hot 100. That's it. Very disappointed. But I took it up to number 8 on my fantasy playlist of August 10th, 1985. One other thing, and this blew me away. I got to mention this. One of the critics, now the critics got a little bit more, they warmed up to the song later on. I guess they warmed up a little bit to the album later on in retrospect. But one of the critics made a comparison with Rosie and the Originals. I think it was Rosie Hamlin of Rosie and the Originals, Lisa's voice with Rosie of Rosie and the Originals. They had that huge sock hop classic, Angel Baby in 1960. Yeah, going back to the sock hop years on that record. And I could hear the comparison. I hear the Rosie singing on Angel Baby and Lisa, and they're almost in the same key. It's kind of amazing. I didn't know that until I researched it. Well, anyway, Lisa Cult Jam with Full Force, Wonder If I'd Take You Home at number 8 on my fantasy playlist, August 10th, 1985.